So I'm really excited with how the Pflugerville Flamingos have been growing and how strong we've been getting as a team. And as a thank you to the swimmers and families, I brought someone very special here today to share some elite level swimming with you. And I'm very happy to introduce, and I want you guys after this introduction to make a lot of noise and welcome our guest here. This is a 21-time All-American. That means she placed in the top 8 at the NCAA championships 21 times, 11 times as an individual. She's the University of Texas school record holder in 7 events: the 50 free, the 100 fly, the 200 fly, the 200 IM, 200 freestyle relay, the 200 medley relay, and the 400 medley relay. Also, the 200 butterfly this year, for the 3rd time in a row, won the NCAA championships, setting a new SEC conference and NCAA record. Swimmers, let's hear it for Emma Sticklen.
Hi guys, I think you can turn it up. I'm not talking very loud. Wow, that was such a great introduction. I'm so happy to be here with you guys today and talk to you and tell you a little bit about my journey and a little bit from when I was y'all's age. So I am from Texas. I'm originally from Katy, Texas, which is right outside of Houston. And I grew up there. I lived there my whole life. My family still lives there, so I am born and raised, and also went to school at Texas, as you guys know, Hook'em Horns, right? Hook'em Horns. So I grew up, I was lucky I had a pool in my backyard, so my parents, when I was very young, they taught me how to swim. That was very, very important to them, making sure I knew how to swim. And we lived very close to a country club pool, just like this. And they had a summer league swim team, so of course they signed me up for it. And I was on the Willow Fort Gators. I think I started when I was like 5 years old. And I swam summer league pretty much every summer until I graduated from high school. I love summer league. It's one of my favorite things ever. It's like I associate summer with summer league, and so it's just such a fun thing for you guys to be a part of and such a fun sport to be in and fun place to start. So yeah, I did summer league from, like I said, when I was 5 years old, and I did it every summer. And I think I joined clubs somewhere around 3rd or 4th grade, but I remember I was like an okay swimmer. Like I did pretty well in swimming. Like I wasn't like super amazing. I didn't like have this like supernatural talent like when I first started. It wasn't like people looked at me and they were like, oh my gosh, that girl is gonna go win 3 national titles, you know. I was just there to have fun with my friends like you guys. But also when I was very young, I was very competitive, and I said, hey mom, I don't like to lose. I don't want to lose anymore. And so that's when I joined club. I just wanted to get a little bit better, and I kind of just took it year by year from there, and I started to get the hang of things like later middle school, early high school, and right around then is when I found out that I was really good at underwaters. And when I figured this out, it drastically changed the sport for me. So I think it was tags. It was my freshman year of high school, so I was 14, and I was so tired, you guys, at this meet. I had swum. So if you guys don't know, in high school swimming, you go to district, you go to regional. That's louder. Okay. You go to regional, and then you go to state, and then also after that, for club, we had sectionals, and then after that, I went to tags. And so by the time I got to this 5th meet of my season, I was just so tired. And I had the 100 backstroke, and I went up to my coach before the 100 backstroke, and I was like, Coach, I am so tired. Like, I do not feel like swimming this. I am going to kick 15 meters off of every wall this whole race. Because you guys know you can kick to the red marker off every wall. I was like, I want to do the least amount of swimming as possible. So I'm just gonna kick the whole way. And he said, okay, like, you do it, but don't go past, and we'll see if you can do it the whole way. It turns out I did. I kicked to 15 meters off every wall in the 100 backstroke, and I ended up winning the 100 backstroke at tags that year. When butterfly was my best event, I didn't win any butterfly events. I won the backstroke, and so that was very eye-opening to me because I was like, wait a minute, I just won this event. I'm okay. I mean, I was pretty good at backstroke, but like not as good as fly. But I was like, wow, I did all of that just from using my underwater kicks. I was like, I should be doing this in every race. I could be doing this in the 100 fly, 100 free, 50 free, all of that. So basically it was from that moment, I've basically been working on my underwaters ever since then. And I've just been perfecting them. And ultimately that's what led me to win my national championships in the 200 fly, was from kicking to 15 meters on the last wall when no one else wants to. And I think that's a really, really important lesson that we can learn in swimming, and how we can get better. Sometimes we have to do the things that no one else is willing to do, or no one else wants to push themselves or think about. And so I'm telling you guys this now because you guys are so young, and I look at you and I'm like, wow, if all of you just started working on your underwaters right now, you might not go all the way to 15 meters on the first try, and that's fine. I started very small. I started, okay, let's see if I can do 3 kicks off every wall at practice. Let's see if I can do 4 or 5. And I just kind of took it from there. So it's important to start small and then like continually add more as you go. So that's a little bit about me, my story, and my underwater story. I have a lot of stories to share, but I know you guys probably want to see some swimming. But for now, do we have any questions? Yeah. How did I get so fast? Well, I work really hard every single day at practice. I go fast on everything that I can. A coach says go fast, I'm going all out. I pay attention to my stroke technique a lot, and I would watch videos of my races, and I'd say, oh, I can do that better, I can do that better, and I can do that better. Or, ooh, that turn was really bad, I need to clean that up on the next one. So I'm always finding ways to get better. I would not just get in the pool and be like, okay, it's over now. I would go back to the race and figure out where it was I needed to improve. So I think that's part of the reason why I've gotten so fast. Yeah. Why did I win so many races? Kind of what I just said before. It's working hard, and it's also believing in yourself too. I have to believe in myself every single time I get up to swim. I need to be able to believe that I've trained the hardest and I've worked the hardest and that I can win. Yeah. Is like 200 like a long distance or like 100 is like 200 is like long distance? I would say it's hard to choose. I love sprint, but I also love the 200 fly. The 200 fly is like my favorite race ever. Yeah. That's such a good question. It's basically what I said before. I've just trained the same thing over and over again. And also, like I said, you kind of start small and then you start adding on more and more and more. And so I've gotten to the point in my career where I just do a lot of yardage, and it gets easier the longer you've done it and the more you practice. I've done all of the relays. In college, there's the 800 free relay, 400 free relay, 200 free relay, and then you have the 200 medley relay, 400 medley relay, and did I miss one? There's 5. That's it.
Sorry, Emma. There's
every time college teams go against each other, there's a couple relays. So every time she gets to go to a meet as a college swimmer, there are relays offered. And because she's one of the better ones on the team, she's going to get picked for the relays every time.
How many races have I done? Like ever? That's so many races to count, you guys. Let's see, I'm 22 years old. I've been swimming since I was 5. Been swimming year round since 3rd grade. I can't do that kind of math. Maybe you can later though. There you go. 17 years times how many swim meets times how many events within the swim meet? Yeah. Yes, I have challenged myself to that. I love holding my breath. I feel like it's like kind of relaxing in a way. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but sometimes I just love to go on the bottom of the pool and just like sit there for as long as I can. It's just so peaceful. That's why I love swimming. Yeah.
Butterfly is super hard for me. Like you gotta like stop and like you have to like pull forward and I'm like, dang it, I stopped again.
Yeah, it is so hard. I totally agree. I'm gonna show you guys some drills though that I like to work on, and just keep practicing it though, because I'm telling you, I was not the greatest at it. I feel like it's one of those things. It's like the more you practice, the stronger you get, and the better you'll get. Yeah. How do I not run into any walls when I do backstroke? So whenever I see the flags, I know how many strokes it takes me to get to the wall. So it's about 3 strokes for me. So I go 1, 2, 3, and then I touch. That's how I don't hit my head.
3?
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, it's okay to start somewhere and get better from there. You know, we don't always start out with like all the talent in the world. Sometimes you have to work really hard. My best stroke is butterfly by far. Go back here.
How do you feel about 50s of stroke being added to the Olympics?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's awesome, honestly. They have 50s of stroke at pretty much every meet. Actually, well, not in college they don't, but a lot of world championships and things, they have the 50s of stroke. I know it's pretty, some people say, no, that shouldn't be a thing. And I'm like, just more opportunities for people to make the Olympic team, which I think is great.
What was your favorite childhood game in for the pool growing up?
Oh, childhood game. Well, I have to say sharks and minnows. That's fun. Yeah, back here. Have I ever swam the mile? I've swam the mile like 1 time. That's it, once. And I was like, I'm not doing that again. I'm not a distance swimmer. It's either that or the 200 fly. So, yeah, right next. So my breathing pattern in butterfly, I breathe 2 up and then 1 down. Does that make sense? So I take 2 breaths and then I put my head down for 1. Yeah. That's such a good question. How did I know what college I wanted to go to? Well, I think it really came down for the coach and the team for me. My coach at Texas, her name's Carol, and I really felt like I got along with her really well. And I really felt like she cared about me as a person first, like before an athlete. You know, sometimes coaches are like, some of them are only like, oh, like how fast can you go? But Carol like really cared about me as a person first, and then also I just fit in really well with the girls at Texas, and then also I love Texas. I never want to leave. Carol recruited me. Yes, she did. Yes. How do I know? Wait, how do I know when to touch the wall? question. I don't know. Because sometimes I do hit the side. But it kind of just comes with more practice, honestly. And I will say sometimes when you're swimming outside, it's like you have the sky, and so it's like there's nothing to look at. But whenever you're swimming inside, there's like a ceiling, and you can kind of see where you are a little bit. Yeah, sorry, I don't have a good answer for that. Right here? How do I not give up on going fast? Well, I think, and I'm thinking while I'm swimming, and I say, oh my gosh, I've put in so much hard work leading up to this moment. I can't give up now. You know, I've stared at the bottom of the pool for so long and swam so many yards. It's almost like I don't want to give up because I've put so much work into it. So yeah. And here? What's that? An underwater swim. Underwaters is when you push up the wall on a streamline and you do a dolphin kick and then you start swimming freestyle or whatever stroke. Yeah. Wow, you guys have so many questions. Sometimes when I talk, I ask, okay, is there any questions? And the kids are like, and I'm like, wow, you guys are so awesome. Okay, I wanna get to some questions that first people haven't asked one yet. Right here. How long can I stay under the water for? Like time, like
Yeah.
I actually haven't timed it in a while. I don't know.
Did you do a long course 50 underwater?
Oh yeah, I've kicked all the way underwater a long course 50 before. I could probably do like almost a 75 right now. Maybe that's being generous.
What's your stroke kick ratio for butterfly? Like, how many kicks do you take before you reach?
Like underwater kicks.
No, like just when you're normally doing this.
So doing butterfly, it's like it's 2 kicks, so it's like very rhythmic. So it's like it's so hard to explain. I'm like boom, boom. That's 2 kicks right there. So you're not taking a stroke and being like and then getting it, which is really hard to master, I will say. But it's 2 kicks. It's an up kick and it's a down kick. What are some tips for all of the strokes? Yeah. Really quick. Let's think about butterfly. Butterfly, use your legs. Everyone wants to try to muscle through it with their arms, but the more you use your legs, the easier it will be on your arms. Backstroke, make sure you get a good, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say make sure you get a good catch with your arms. I like to basically I make a triangle with my arms whenever I do backstroke and I pull like this behind me. Breaststroke, really, really wide circles. And then freestyle, go fast, send it. Right here. Yeah. Yes, I am. I took a 5th year to swim because I got an extra COVID year, so I'm a 5th year senior. So very lucky. After every race, I am so tired. That is one thing. Like I swim very fast, but I still get very tired after my race because I just laid it all out there. I gave it absolutely everything I had. Even after practice, I am just completely wiped. And I would always say, like, if anyone has any energy after practice, they didn't try hard enough because I am always so tired. So yes, right here. What's that? My least favorite stroke? Anyone want to guess? Yeah, it's breaststroke. I'm sorry. I do the 200 IM though, and I'm gonna race it today, so you can watch. Also, I have that swimsuit.
You guys, I think after you see Emma do some stuff in the water, you're going to have even more questions.
I know.
So I kind of want to put a cap on it for now.
Yes.
I need this one.
All right, last couple hands
Last
are up.
one.
What is your weakness?
My weakness, I think I just told you, is breaststroke.
Great, now everyone who's in silver and gold knows your weakness, so they can beat you now.
Maybe.
We'll see.
Well, breaststroke really hurts. Like it hurts my knees, and like I feel like my ankles don't like. They're not that flexible. So. Yeah. Well, I appreciate all these questions. I'll try to answer more at the end. These are probably like some of the best questions I've ever been asked. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emma. Thanks for the questions. All right. So Emma's going to use lane 1. So let's line the pool beside lane 1 so we can get a good view. Yeah, it's okay. After these demonstrations, probably in about 25 minutes. No, I have a gold relay here. So unless you want to, someone asks if they want to be out. So we got 8
Okay, great. I'll sign whatever. Yeah.
Not right now, I'll wait.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait.
I feel bad for everyone on this half.
Oh, I know.
But maybe you should slow down a little bit.
Okay.
So team, hey, when we first got together, no matter how long you've been with the Flamingos, when we first got together, I preached about streamlining and how important streamlining is to going fast in the water. So I've asked Emma to kind of show us, what is a good streamline and what kind of a difference does it actually make.
Well, so guys, can everyone hear me? I'm trying to be loud. I am going to push off the wall in a streamline, and I'm not going to do any kicks yet. I'm just going to go as far as I can, just doing this from a push. With my arms really, really tight like this behind my head. Okay? Okay, everyone ready? Okay.
No kicking.